Have you ever woken up in the dead of night feeling a presence in the room? Not just a fleeting fear, but the overwhelming certainty that something is there? Watching, waiting, breathing. I used to think those moments were tricks of a tired mind. That was before the night I woke up and felt the mattress sink beside me. Before I smelled the stench of something old and rotting, something that should not be in my bed. Before I heard the whisper, so close, so wet, so hungry. I've been waiting for you. I never slept alone again after that, because no matter where I go, she follows. She sleeps beside me, and sometimes I feel her mouth press against my ear. I live alone in a one-bedroom apartment. It's nothing special, small, old, and eerily quiet at night. The kind of quiet that presses against your ears and makes you hear things that aren't there. That night I had worked late. I got home exhausted, took a quick shower, and collapsed into bed. The moment my head hit the pillow, I felt my body relax. Then, the mattress dipped, not like a shift from my own movement. No, this was something else. Something settling in beside me. My stomach tightened. I told myself it was nothing. The bed was old, probably just the springs adjusting. Then, I felt breathing, soft, slow, rhythmic, right against my ear. A cold wave of dread washed over me. My breath caught in my throat. I tried to move, but I couldn't. Something was pressing down on me, like a weight on my chest. My arms felt heavy. My legs refused to respond. Then fingers. Ice-cold, bony fingers crawled up my arm, not just touching me, digging in. The sensation was unbearable, like tiny knives pricking my skin. A soft whisper slithered into my ear, the voice layered, as if multiple voices spoke at once. You shouldn't have ignored me. I squeezed my eyes shut, my body trembled. Then something scratched my cheek. Not a light touch, not an accident, a deliberate, slow scrape. I felt the skin break, warm blood trickled down my face, and then the blanket slid off me. Not fast, slowly, carefully, like someone was peeling it away, inch by inch. I tried to grab it, but my hands wouldn't move. Then the breathing stopped, and a sickening, wet sound filled the silence, something clicking its teeth together. I don't know how long I lay there, paralyzed. Every second felt like an eternity. Then my fingers twitched. I snapped my eyes open and threw the blanket over my head. My mind screamed at me to turn on the light, but I couldn't force myself to move. A new sound echoed in the room, something shifting. The bed creaked, the mattress sank, and then a hand slammed onto my stomach. I felt each bony finger press into my skin, the weight of it unbearable. I whimpered, my breath shallow. Then the voice came again. Why won't you look at me? I felt my stomach twist. I didn't want to see it, didn't want to know what was lying beside me, but then something grabbed my ankle, hard, and pulled. I screamed. My body lurched forward as something yanked me off the bed. My head slammed against the wooden floor. Pain exploded behind my eyes. I scrambled, kicking, clawing at the air, trying to get away. My hands brushed against something wet. I looked down. A dark stain was spreading across the floor, thick, black, oozing. And then something crawled out of the darkness. At first it was just a shape, long, thin, twitching limbs. Then the face, stretched skin, too tight over jagged bones, hollow, bleeding eye sockets, a mouth that stretched too wide, tearing at the edges. It grinned at me, and then it climbed onto my bed. The air in my lungs froze. I watched in horror as it lay down, pulled the blankets over itself, and turned to face me. It was me. My own face, distorted, grinning, hollow. Then in a voice that wasn't mine, it whispered, "Go back to sleep." I don't remember what happened after that, just flashes. Darkness swallowing me, cold hands gripping my body, that awful whisper slithering into my ear. Then I woke up. The morning light streamed through my window, washing everything in warmth. My chest was heaving, my body slick with cold sweat. It had to be a nightmare, had to be. But then I turned my head, and there was an imprint on the bed. A deep, unmistakable indentation. Like someone had been sleeping beside me. A drop of blood tickled my cheek. I reached up, touched my skin. A deep scratch ran across my face. I left that apartment that same day. But it didn't matter, because now, every night, no matter where I sleep, I wake up to the sound of sheets rustling, the feeling of the mattress dipping beside me. And sometimes, just before I drift off, when my body is too tired to move, I feel cold fingers brush against my cheek, and a whisper, so close I can feel the breath on my skin. I'm still here.